In this video you will see the top 10 most endangered animals that you probably didn't know of. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, it would help a lot. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 1 on this list is the African forest elephant. All 3 elephant species are endangered, but the African forest elephant, native to the tropical forests of sub-Saharan Africa, is critically endangered. The African forest elephant faces threats of poaching and illegal trade, habitat loss, and human conflict. Their slow reproduction also plays a role in their declining population. Only around 100,000 left in the world, and around 20,000 being killed each year. It is possible that the African elephant will be extinct by 2035. Number 2 on this list are lemurs. There are dozens of lemur species, and around 2 dozen of them are critically endangered, meaning they face imminent threats to their survival as a species. Habitat loss and degradation are the primary threat for over 100 species of lemurs found only on the island of Madagascar. A staggering 90% of Madagascar's forest cover has already been lost, putting many unique species at risk. There's around 2,000 to 3,000 lemurs left in the wild, and it is estimated that in the next 20 years 98% of lemurs will go extinct. Number 3 on this list is the hammerhead shark. 5 out of the 9 species of hammerhead sharks are endangered, but the great hammerhead shark and the scalloped hammerhead sharks are listed as critically endangered. All 5 endangered species of hammerhead are facing acts of trading for their fins and teeth, bones, etc. They also have to face people fishing for them constantly for money. But the critically endangered hammerhead sharks are decreasing rapidly in population. The great hammerhead shark population is around 200 left in the world. The scalloped hammerhead numbers are also declining, with 2 to 3 million dying each year from illegal acts of fishing, hunting for bones, teeth, money, and more. All hammerhead sharks are threatened to becoming endangered in the next century, with the great hammerhead and scalloped hammerhead coming extinct by that time. Number 4 on this is the box turtle. 9 Asian box turtle species are endangered or critically endangered. The critically endangered species of box turtle include Pan's box turtle, McCord's box turtle, and the Chinese three-striped box turtle, which live in China, and Bird's box turtle, which is native to Vietnam and Laos. Population estimates for these species are unknown. The Yunnan box turtle, also native to China, may already be extinct in the wild, with estimates of 0 to 50 individuals remaining. The southern Vietnam box turtle, Chu's box turtle, the Indo-Chinese box turtle, and the yellow-headed box turtle are also among the critically endangered. Many other types of turtles around the world are critically endangered as well. This does not include box turtles you would see in your backyard after it rains. This list includes endangered or critically endangered box turtle species, with number rapidly decreasing. Number 5 on the list are rhinos. Rhinoceros are a critically endangered species, with less than 30,000 rhino living in the wild today. At the start of the 20th century, there were over 500,000. Human activity has caused this dramatic decline in rhino numbers. Initially, numbers dropped due to hunting, but today the main threats to rhino are poaching and habitat loss. Poaching and illegal trade of rhino horn has increased sharply since 2007 and remains one of the major reasons rhino are still endangered today. All 5 species of rhinos are endangered. The critically endangered includes black rhinoceros, Javan rhinoceros, Sumatran rhinoceros, as well as the white rhinoceros being extinct due to poaching, habitat loss, and illegal trade in the past. All 5 rhino species are native to parts of Africa or Asia. These magnificent creatures are most likely to be found extinct by 2025, with roughly 30,000 alive today. Number 6 on the list is the orangutan. Orangutan are critically endangered species because the destruction and degradation of the tropical rainforest, particularly lowland forest, in Borneo and Sumatra is the main reason orangutans are threatened with extinction. This has been caused primarily by human activity, intense illegal logging, conversion of forest to palm oil plantations and timber estates, mining, clearing forest for settlements, and road construction, and also by large-scale fires facilitated by the El Niño weather phenomena. Additionally, the illegal animal trade has been a factor in the decline of wild orangutan populations. Finally, orangutans are occasionally hunted and eaten by some of the indigenous peoples of Borneo, as well as migrant loggers and plantation workers who do not have dietary prohibitions against eating primate bushmeat. At one time, the world's wild orangutan populations likely included upward of hundreds of thousands of individuals, but current estimates indicate far fewer wild orangutans now remain. During the past decade, orangutan populations have probably decreased by 50% in the wild. Although past climate shifts may have been responsible for some of this decline, orangutans are primarily threatened by human activities and development that cause the loss and degradation of their forest habitats. It is possible that orangutans will become extinct in the next 10 to 30 years of life. Number 7 on the list is the red panda. Red pandas are endangered and are legally protected in India, Bhutan, China, Nepal, and Myanmar. Their primary threats are habitat loss and degradation, human interference, and poaching. Researchers believe that the total population of red pandas has declined by 40% over the past 2 decades. Although habitat loss, degradation, and fragmentation pose the greatest risk of extinction to the remaining wild red panda population, these issues are heavily compounded by wider concerns of climate change, overpopulation, lack of legislative enforcement, invasive species, and the illegal wildlife trade. Red pandas are predicted to become extinct in the next decade, with numbers rapidly dropping and with only around 10,000 left in the wild today. The tiger is one of the world's most recognizable animals, intimately connected with strength and untamed nature. A symbol of nature's wild places, significant in faiths and folktales of many civilizations, tigers inspire millions of people around the globe, from the monasteries in Bhutan to the catwalks in Milan. Sadly, tigers are on the brink of extinction. Just over a century ago, 100,000 wild tigers roamed across Asia. Today, approximately 5,600 live in a mere 5% of their historic range. The largest tiger population can now be found in India, home behalf of all remaining wild tigers. Much of this decline has occurred in the past decade. Due to poaching, retaliatory killings, and habitat loss, they are forced to compete for space with dense and often growing human populations. Tigers are predicted to become extinct in the wild within the next 2 decades. Very unfortunate. Number 9 on this list is gorillas. Gorillas are on this list because habitat destruction is a problem across their Central African range. Gorillas are also killed for the bushmeat trade, or accidentally killed or maimed by iron snares that are set in the forests in search for other bushmeat species such as pigs, red river hog. Also, gorillas are endangered because humans are pushing mountain gorillas out of the wild and into extinction. The biggest threats to this once critically endangered great ape survival come from political instability, human encroachment, and forest degradation. Only about 1,000 of these great apes remain in the wild, according to the most recent census. The primary threats are poaching, habitat degradation, and loss due to mining, logging, and agriculture, and diseases, most notably Ebola. These factors are further exacerbated by conflict and poor governance in many of the remaining gorilla strongholds. The mountain gorillas are critically endangered species that are a threat to extinction. Thanks to conservation efforts, the population of mountain gorillas has increased from 620 individuals in 1989 to around 1,004 individuals today. It's unknown when these gorillas might become extinct in the wild. Number 10 on this list is pandas, more specifically giant pandas. Giant pandas are classified as endangered primarily due to habitat loss and fragmentation. Historically, they lived in a larger range across China, but now their natural habitat is restricted to a few mountain ranges. Human activities such as deforestation and land conversion for agriculture have significantly reduced their living space. Additionally, the low reproductive rate of pandas contributes to their endangered status. Although conservation efforts, including habitat protection and breeding programs, have helped, these efforts need to be sustained to ensure the species' survival. As of the most recent estimates, there are approximately 1864 giant pandas living in the wild. Additionally, around 380 pandas are in captivity, primarily in breeding and research centers in China. These numbers can fluctuate due to ongoing conservation efforts and natural population changes. Pandas have kept a steady population, even though slowly declining numbers every year. Predicting the exact extinction date of pandas is challenging because it depends on various factors, including conservation efforts, habitat preservation, and changes in their environment. As of now, giant pandas are classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, meaning they face a high risk of extinction in the wild. But with numbers slowly declining and threats becoming more severe, the giant pandas in the wild could become extinct in the next few decades. This does not include in captivity.
If you like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Shazam.